Hello, Nathan.
I'm feeling good. I ran into one of your other patients, Mariana. She's beautiful. I think we might go on a date.
That's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea. I'm very sorry, Nathan, but you really should not go on a date with Mariana.
I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person.
Oh, God.
I think the police are barking up the wrong tree.
Police. So this is giving us a hint into why Mariana was referred to us by a solicitor? The police?
I think I've probably said too much. It's probably not the same girl anyway.
The same girl as what?
Read the papers, Doctor. I don't, but people at work talk about it. Missing people, dead bodies. The police are looking for a redhead, apparently.
Oh. Well, they are barking up the right tree, sadly. Missing people?
Work with me, Doctor. Ask me something I know.
What is left in there for the asterisks?
Read the papers, Doctor. I don't, but people at work talk about it. Missing people, dead bodies. The police are looking for a redhead, apparently.
Looking for a redhead?
I don't know anything about that.
Dead bodies?
I don't know. I'm a broken record. I'm definitely a broken something.
Yes, you are, but we're not going to judge. What do people at work say? I'm not at all for sure you've ever told us what your work is.
I can't tell you anything about that.
What kind of work do you do?
Nope. Sorry.
Have you ever taken sleeping pills?
Temazepam is the same sleeping pill Dr. Dekker prescribed me. Why would he mix those with alcohol? People are such idiots. Which reminds me, that truck driver died.
So apparently when we asked about sleeping pills, we told him about the toxicology report. That seems like not a good thing to do. The truck driver died, the same one you pulled out in front of? Did he die, like, back then, or is it a recent thing?
The truck driver that ran into Hannah. He was divorced, apparently. He killed himself. He mixed sleeping pills with alcohol too. But he died in his garage.
Did he kill himself because of guilt?
Sometimes I wonder where you're going with some of these questions.
Really, seemed perfectly sane question to ask to me. In his garage?
I read it in the paper. He'd been drinking. Then he took the sleeping pills. Then he went into his garage and put the hose pipe through his window.
Wow, he was thorough.
Not until he put his daughter in the seat first.
Oh, God. His daughter died too?
It's one of those newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter.
Oh, God.
But his daughter was in the car. Do you know I wrote him a letter?
A letter? Well, this explains why he said we were asking double questions when we asked about a referral letter.
Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him. I know it was my fault. But the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. I think maybe he killed himself because of me.
You sent it to him?
Do you think I'm to blame, Doctor?
Oh, God, dude. You're supposed to just write the letter and then burn it or tear it up or something. You're not supposed to freaking send it to him. No, I don't think you're to blame. Not entirely, at least.
His daughter's picture was in the paper. Molly.
Molly?
Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me.
God.
Crazy, right?
Maybe not? I just saw Molly right beside of you, dude. I bet she won't show up on the video, will she?
Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me.
Yup.
Crazy, right?
So, these sort of supernatural things we're seeing, are they just unable to be captured by our camera, or is that a sign that we are going insane?
Temazepam is the same sleeping pill Dr. Dekker prescribed me. Why would he mix those with alcohol? People are such idiots. Which reminds me, that truck driver died.
Maybe we should just ask about temazepam since we've already asked about sleeping pills. Nope, same question apparently. Temazepam and sleeping pills seem to be interchangeable here. Maybe just temazepam and alcohol.
Alcohol isn't something I usually notice on people until they're slurring and weaving around. Was Dr. Dekker an alcoholic? Probably. I never saw him drink though.
Then how did you know he mixed sleeping pills with alcohol? How did you know about the alcohol? Oh God, apparently that's asking if he's an alcoholic. I'm very suspicious of you, Nathan. How did you know that he had both in his bloodstream? By the way, have a look at this photo.
Sorry, dunno.
David Castleford's photo?
Haven't got a clue.
So we're not supposed to show the photo to him? Are you still having loop days?
Nope. Sorry.
Alright, give me a hint. Alright, I guess we should just be drilling down harder about Dr. Dekker.
What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him?
I'm trying to do both.
Sometimes I wonder where you're going with some of these questions.
I'm trying to cure his patients, but that greatly depends on their therapy sessions with him.
It's been nice chatting with you, don't get me wrong, but I can't help but feel you're mainly interested in finding out about the old doctor. I suppose you already know Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him.
No, I did not. He thought one of his patients was trying to kill him?
He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages.
What were the messages?
He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotize me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble.
Really?
I think he was bluffing.
Maybe? Well, that was quick compared to everything else. Alright, Jaya, not looking forward to this. So, Jaya, I hear you talk a lot with Elin.
I don't know about that.
How about Sarah Dekker?
Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother.
You see, Elin? You can't really judge by what you don't know. And I don't know why I'm back in here pursuing this, but I just feel I have to tell her that he was adopted. How was she mean?
Interesting.
How about just mean mother?
He said she started out with the normal passive-aggressive guilt trips and then escalated into bricks through windows and cutting brake cables.
Holy shit!
Well, he got a restraining order after that and never wanted to see her again. When I visited her in hospital on his behalf, do you know what her story was?
I have no idea. What was her story?
She told me he was never adopted. He was just very ungrateful and clearly, using her own words, had lost his mind. I say never get involved in family feuds, especially if they're not your family.
I would agree with that. Why do you keep throwing paper at me, Jaya? What happened last night?
I don't know.
I had a very strange dream, Jaya. You were in it.
Interesting. But I don't know anything about that.
Okay, well then let's just start from the beginning.
I don't want to talk about grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work.
What kind of grief? Work?
I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor.
No, I
He
didn't.
teaches history and psychology, amongst other things. I know it's not technically work, but he asked if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut, but I'm sure you've already noticed that.
Well, I noticed that he was not in any of the videos. Can I have the footage?
I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding.
So you edit the session footage too? That seems like a very bad practice. And you're getting confidential information even more than I thought you were when you were talking with Dr. Dekker. You edit the footage? Encoding?
I don't know. I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding.
Reality is changeable?
Psychokinetics, remember? Cult of the Kinetic Mind?
Right.
Professor Alderby said it was recommended reading to help psychiatrists in their frontline battle with insanity, he likes to call it.
He's a moron. Or he's a genius. It's one of the two. We'll figure it out. The frontline battle with insanity sounds like a war slogan.
Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. The patient must be cured by removing their psychokinetic ability, if present, either by telling them it doesn't exist or by using another psychokinetic ability to negate it. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all of it. There was a specific example.
What is the specific example?
If someone tells you they can fly, you tell them you control air currents and that from now on they won't be allowed to use them. This would normally stimulate the brain in such a way that the patient stopped thinking they could fly. The main danger as the therapist is believing that you can control air currents.
Right. But what if I can control air currents?
The danger of pretending you have psychokinetic abilities is that you may start believing you have them and then have them. It's the paradox of the cure. Dr. Dekker loved paradoxes. His favourite was the grandfather paradox.
What is the grandfather paradox? I think I know. I think it's, if you could time travel, you go back in time and kill your grandfather. But if you killed your grandfather, then you would never have existed, so how did you go back in time and kill your grandfather? And so on.
If you can travel back in time and kill your grandfather,
seems
then
so.
you cannot be born. But if you cannot be born, then you cannot kill your grandfather. It's a time traveler's chicken and egg, if you will.
It's the basis of most inaccurate portrayals of time travel in media. which we don't know how time travel works, if it even does work. But it's just like you can't go back to the past and change the past if we think of time as one immutable thing. Because, say you were going back to prevent the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Well, if you are going back to do that, then you already went back to do that, and you were unsuccessful. So it doesn't matter for you to go back and prevent the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. The assassination happened. As time flows, it's immutable because you were there when the assassination took place, because you went back in time. And I'm rambling on, sorry. Let's keep going with Jaya here. Why did you slap me?
You're getting closer all the time, but you're still not asking the right questions.
All right, why don't you tell me what the right question is? Oh, we have to ask her too. I guess we do. She is a suspect after all. So, do you?
I don't take sleeping tablets, never have. I'm not allowed to prescribe either. Dr. Dekker had me try to forge his signature once, but I was woeful.
Why? I find that weird.
Dr. Dekker wanted me to try and forge his signature to make sure that I couldn't.
You could have just faked it? Could have easily faked it.
It must be frustrating, always asking and getting nowhere. Are you frustrated, Doctor?
You little minx. To make sure that you couldn't?
He just wanted to feel safe, I guess. Once you get a prescription pad, it's your fault if it falls into the wrong hands. I suppose it does sound a bit overcautious, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I don't think it is your fault if it falls into the wrong hands. It's the fault of the person who takes advantage of such a thing and makes false prescriptions. Did you actually give Alderby the footage?
I like Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about.
Right. Which begs the question, why are psychokinetic powers bad?
I don't know, Doctor. Do you?
No, that's why I'm asking. Let's just ask about the book again, The Cult of the Kinetic Mind.
The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I should start selling them myself.
So Dr. Alderby was your professor. Okay. History?
I could tell you, but then I'd have...
There's still an asterisk on work, but I'm not certain what to do there. As much as I don't want to use too many hints, I do want to progress the game, so... Oh, that's right. Yeah, for some reason in my mind, Jaya is in a different category than the other patients, but... Did you ever see Dekker drink?
Sorry, I can't answer that.
Was Dekker an alcoholic?
Some people would say Dr. Dekker had a bit of a drinking problem. It got worse and then it got better when his confidence turned up. I think it was the stress of dealing with the new patients. I like the odd tipple.
All right. The new patients?
I don't know, Doctor. Do you?
Stress.
There's a lot of stress in here. We're dealing with people's lives. How do you relax, Doctor?
I play video games. How do you relax?
I love video games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists.
Me too.
Sorry, I'd settle for any female protagonists.
I mean, there are some, not nearly enough, I agree with that. When his confidence turned up?
It must be frustrating.
Ooh, we have a note. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I answered that, so that's been there a while. I just didn't notice it. Perhaps we should say we like to relax with food.
I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating is the worst.
I suppose it is. Do you have a drinking problem? Maybe the exact phrasing.
I've been known to drink, not as much at the moment, not as much as Dr. Dekker did. He kept at least one bottle in his desk drawer at all times. You can't imagine the amount of times I wanted to sneak in and have some.
Really? Said Dr. Dekker kept a bottle in his desk drawer. Could it have been spiked? Could it have been spiked? Could the bottle have been spiked?
I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk. Wouldn't have been that hard to empty out some capsules into it. Maybe the police should get fingerprints?
Yes, they should also test to see if there's tabazepam in the alcohol.
I'll go and suggest it. Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime.
That's no problem. Okay. And that is the end of this day. Please don't assault me again, Jaya. Not really, but what else can we do? Hello?
You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here.
Who? What? You haven't told us about anyone. Who's still here?
Dr. Dekker. He wants me to kill people.
Why does he want you to kill people?
He wants them to follow me to the sea, to the creature.
What creature? The beautiful creature?
It eats them. It's getting stronger. Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out.
Do you have a second to talk about our Lord and Savior Cthulhu?
Always the pretty ones that are the slowest.
So that must be a no. Walk again?
You're disappointing me.
Very different this time around, Mariana. It eats them?
You know what I want. Focus.
I can get rid of Dr. Dekker. Okay, that's not correct then. Let's try to follow Jaya's advice, even though I don't really trust her. I control the creature. Okay. How strong?
Let's concentrate on the problem, shall we, Doctor?
When will it be strong enough?
The longer it takes for you to get to the bottom of this, the more people will die.
What is the creature? Hint. She just told us why she blacked out. Why would I ask why she blacks out? She just said she blacks out to lead people to the creature so it can eat them. That's a nonsensical question to ask. But I suppose we'll do it anyway.
He doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to remember. I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all. You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth.
So is this not really Mariana here? Just a vision of her that's telling us that we need to tell the waking her the truth? I will tell you the truth.
You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake.
I won't.
I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game.
Uh-oh. This seems bad. What kind of game?
I say a word, you say a word. Ready?
No, but go ahead.
Guilty.
Pleasure?
You're disappointing me.
Claire?
You know what I want. Focus.
You say a word, I say a word. Maybe innocent?
Murderer.
Killer?
Always the pretty one.
Should we actually be following this? There's still an asterisk here.
You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together.
My dreams are the truth? I won't forget you.
The longer it takes for you to get to the bottom,
I will remember.
let's concentrate.
Okay, so we're supposed to respond to murderer? Claire?
That's a good doctor. Now, just give me those 3 little words and I'll let you go.
3 little words. You want me to say I love you, or is it 3 other words? It is I love you. Can I do it backwards? Like it's done here? Yeah, however you pronounce that.
Yes. Yes, you do.
I think Mariana just broke my brain. To steal a phrase from Scarlett.